Everybody on the chat, thank you for being here. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. How are you doing, girl?
Good, good. Yeah, I'm great. Hello, everyone. Jasper says hello as always. Yeah, I was telling Elisa just before we started that I woke up at 1:30, like doing, and I couldn't get back to sleep till about 4:30. So I think it was my turn to get smashed by the energy or whatever it is that's going on some level. So I don't know how everyone else is going, if you're sleeping properly, or settled. So, and how have you been going, Elisa?
I think I am doing much better now because I'm spending more time going within, also doing the detox with Octavia. And it really does make a big, huge difference when you are in, smoothies. Everything's fruits and vegetables. There's nothing that's not real. It's all food that has energy, right?
Beautiful. Yes.
So I think that's also helped me kind of get into a good place. So today was the first time I noticed that I woke up and I felt like a normal human being. Like there was no worry in my solar plexus or my root chakra. It was just like, oh, it's gonna be a good day, like one of those things where it's like I'm really looking forward to what's on the other side of this, of what's
Yes.
happening, and yeah, yeah. So I'm feeling pretty good.
That's a wonderful place to be in. And, sometimes I wonder too, when you do big trips like you did, to places like Egypt and Turkey or whatever, you wonder what sort of is shifting and then it presents itself. It might take a little bit of time to actually present itself in the physical realm. So that shift, there could have been something that happened for you that
Yeah,
shifted as well. So
yeah,
that's wonderful.
yeah,
Yay.
yeah. And
Oh,
I've shifted the the money thing, like the
yes.
attachment to money, and the worry that comes with having it, and just just letting that go, and it feels very free. It's when you surrender, it's there's so much freedom. The feeling is so beautiful.
Oh, I agree, and I mean, and they call it a money spell, and I really feel it is. Like even the symbolism, on the notes or on the whatever. There's actually an energy that goes with that, and so when we're free of that, and we do just see it as a flow of energy, it can change our whole world and how we feel.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but we don't realize how deep that indoctrination is. I mean,
Oh my
that's
God.
since we're born. That's been, you have to have this to survive. You have to have money, 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 money. It's like most people's fights or arguments are usually around money
Yeah.
or the lack of, or what do we do with it or whatever, isn't it? It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And as I was mentioning to you before we started, I'm trying really, really hard to not stay in the 3D news and all that, because what you channel your energy to, if I spend 2 hours looking at Telegram at things that are happening, guess what? Grow. And so the feeling of I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to spend 2 hours looking for something to talk about,
yeah,
or 3D stuff, which we know it's all movie anyway, right?
yes.
So I would like to ask for our audience and our tribe to help us find topics that are more spiritual in nature than
Hmm.
3D in nature.
Yeah.
Because that's even harder to find, at least for me. Mainly because I feel like sometimes when I read something, it's like, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know. Like, I'm not able to find something that maybe somebody else feels like it's new to them, when to me it's something.
Yeah, because it's been like the program's been running for so long with what's going on outside, the whole outside program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sort of just becomes like ho hum every day. So yeah, you're right. So look, if anyone's got some ideas about things that might be of interest, yeah, like let us know what we could talk about, because we've covered quite a lot in a way, haven't we? Like we've covered, we've covered the crystals, the elements, we've done some Atlantis stuff, some Lemurian stuff, the pyramids, but yeah, look, anything I guess that comes through with for people,
Yeah.
because we don't know what others don't know.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I put um, not a comment, a post on YouTube for people to let us know what they think we should talk about. But go if you guys go back since we started, we did some back when we were doing both two different ones. We did cover Atlantis. Lemuria was covered, but not to a total extent. Um, Tartaria. We covered. I mean,
Yeah.
just many others things. So and Maple Tree, no, we have not talked about the Hyperboreans. So we will need questions about that, like what
Yeah, I don't
exactly
know.
do we need to know about them? Because that would be great. So we did talk about the pyramids. We did talk about them, and so anyway, that's I'm putting that out there. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to show once a week instead of twice a week, and that will make it a lot easier to have the topics. And so
Mhm.
so it doesn't take as long to for me to find something to talk about. So
Yep.
um, and if we find that there's something that we need to talk about that comes up, we can do that. We can bring it up. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and just do it once a week, and hopefully, that will alleviate some of the
Yeah.
emotions, feelings that I have going on. So
I know. And honestly, I just have to really thank you just for being so amazing and holding such a beautiful space, with your platform and just all the beautiful people that are on here as well. You've done an incredible job, Elisa. So, just, yeah, a lot of gratitude to you for
thank
that.
you, thank you, thank you,
Yeah,
thank
it
you.
does take a lot of time and a lot of effort, and it's free. This is just from the beautiful generosity of your heart.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely. And like I mentioned before, I'm being asked to write a book. This is the fourth time I'm reminded that I'm supposed to write a book, and I keep putting it off. And it's when I have to spend 2 hours finding a topic, it takes away from that. So um, it's
yeah.
it's about balance.
Exactly. And sometimes your priorities change, so you have more energy to put into your writing or into whatever it is that you want to be doing creativity with, and so you have to shift your focus a little.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also told Octavia that one of the things I wanted to do that came to me was that I needed to pass on the information that she's putting out there in Spanish.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, because people don't get to find out what she's talking about. And she's one of the reasons why my life has changed and I live a dream life. It's thanks to her, one of the people that I'm thankful. So, so that also is something that I said I wanted to do and need to get moving on. So, so yeah, yeah,
Wow. That's great. And this happens in life, and it do. I've always felt it's like an energy. It's like an emotion where something the energy just seems to go out of a situation. I remember when I was moving from Perth for probably 6 months, 12 months before I left, it just felt like there was nothing left there for me. And I was being pulled over to here, to Queensland, and it was amazing how everything flowed and everything turned up and everything went so incredibly well because it was where I was meant to be
yeah,
heading to and
yeah,
putting my focus on. So, that happens. It's almost like deliberately there's this little shift in our energetic vortex as to where we put our time and focus and make decisions from.
yeah,
So, I think
yeah,
it's great.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Kathy, I'm throwing out ideas out there for the book. So um, I've had some ideas that have popped in my head, and I'm just gonna develop whatever pops in, flows or not. I don't know. I'm tired of people telling me I have to write this book. So I'm just gonna go for it and see what it is. So yeah,
And through
okay,
you, because you'll start channeling. Mm.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, and RG, that's what's coming to me is to write about the things I have learned, the things that I knew as a child that were wrong with religion, and all those things um, that have gotten me to where I am today, and awakening spiritually and how that happened, and the people in my life that helped me get there, and things like that. So
And I think we all have such a beautiful, unique journey, and so many people have no clue as to, sometimes what those were in life that gave you the aha moment and the understanding or, awareness of something. So, and it really helped me. I've read quite a few people's books on their journeys, and it really helped me. I went, oh, God, that makes sense. Because I sort of had something that was a little bit similar to that, but I didn't realize, this can be something that maybe a lot of people go through.
yeah,
So you don't
exactly.
feel so alone in your
Yeah,
journey.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oop, he's back.
Yeah, my wife's not even on.
Is your Wi-Fi playing up?
No, I don't have it on. It's directly connected to the router.
It's not mine, is it?
I don't think so. I don't
That's
think so. Yeah,
energetic.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how the service is here.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, you're back. Yay.
Yay. Yeah. So let's get started with these questions because I'm seeing now some grumblings about how this new guy, even though he is the new speaker of the house, he was like he looks like perfection to all of us. Then I'm seeing that it's not what we think. Another, whatever, false flag or whatever you want to call it. Oh, and let me before I forget.
Yes. Well done.
Okay, so we want to know if he really truly was placed there by the white hats,
Okay, let's have a look and see. Good question.
and then we'll look and see if he's um,
So that's Johnson we're talking about, isn't it?
Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's have a look and see. Is he a deliberate plant that they've picked to go into there? Yeah. Yes. There's going to be some big transformation with him there. Yeah. That's what I get straight away with that. Yeah. Some of the things that he says might seem a little bit maybe not conducive to that fully 100%, but that's part of it because that Knight of Wands is always to me someone a little bit of action that might not seem like it's on track. But
Mm-hmm.
let me just get my last card for him and the white hats. Yeah, Six of Cups. This is always when something's being offered emotionally, and there's a village involved now. So he's actually going to be the one that can bring through this offering that's going to make people feel better. But whether they choose to
Oh,
see it or
okay.
not. And look what card just came up at the end. That's the Emperor card, which is what I consider the white hats. So yeah, it may not look exactly how we would think it should when we sort of have an idea of what's going on, but
Yeah,
it's definitely there because that hard card hasn't come up for a little while either.
yeah. And there somebody was saying that he looks like uh Edward Snowden.
Oh,
Um, do you know who that is?
wasn't he the? was it? I thought there were maybe more than one of them, but didn't they have a lot of like whistleblowing information or something?
Yeah, he was they did a movie about him because he was telling the American people that their privacy was being um what's it called?
Hijacked, being
Hijacked,
used.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were listening to everybody's conversations even though we had not given the approval for that to happen. So there's supposedly like there's some connection. They think there's some connection to him.
Ah,
So let's see what the cards have to say. I don't feel strongly about that, but
let's just see what comes up.
see what comes up. Yeah.
Uh, I think it's not him. What I'm getting is it's not him directly that's linked, but it's linked into the justice that's coming through the truth that's being spoken. And so, because I was asking about this new guy, Johnson, and if he was related at all to Snowden, I think it's all going to be related in the end. It's not a person thing. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. We've got that card again. And so, yeah, look, I feel it's a collation of things. So the Snowden stuff is going to help as well to be a big part of what's gone on and bring about this beautiful justice right in the middle here. King of Swords is someone that speaks truth, really direct, has a great plan. So I think it's an aspect of it.
Okay, very good. Very good. Um okay, so the next question that I had was about the Maine shooting. I don't know if you know, there's another shooting of the month. And so is this for real? Like, is it real? Once again, we have to ask, is it part of the movie or is it real?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I know with other supposed events like that, down the track where they can found, like 20 or 21 people alive. So exactly. Let's just see. Was this a true event? Where people actually got that transformation card again? I don't believe so. Not with that card coming up as a transformation. So I think okay, let me just tune in again. I'm just going to check for the no, the Hierophant's come up. This is someone that has a lot of control, or the whole situation. There is someone that's orchestrating it. All right,
Okay.
so it's not how it's coming across then in the media. No, so the media is offering something, but most people are looking at it now. But a lot of people are questioning everything now, which is what this Four of Cups represents.
Yeah.
So, so no, there was definitely some collusion with this, the Two of Cups. So it's not exactly what it looks like at all.
Okay. All right. Um, because this posting surfaced of this woman that her friend called her, and when she could hear shooting in the background, and it almost felt contrived because it went viral really fast.
Oh, yes.
And I'm just like, no, 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 no. And so that's when you start questioning, like, what's up? What's
Absolutely. I agree. And some cards just dropped out as you were talking and I was tuning in. We've got our Six of Cups again. So this is actually again being offered to people to help to get them into a place where they can join the village, where they can actually, start to wake up. And look at that, we've got our military card. So this could be something that actually brings about action from them. Definitely a strategy. My Seven of Swords always, to me, is a strategy that's in play. So this is a strategic thing that's been done.
okay? All right. All right. So Marie had a question about Jim Jordan.
Hmm.
Is Jim Jordan actually not a good guy? Hearing that now, totally missed if it's true or not. So let's see what the cards have to tell us about Jim Jordan and if he's
Yeah.
What site is he on?
Yeah, exactly. Who's he running with? Because Johnson got in and it came up that he was actually kosher. He's okay.
Yes.
He's with them. So let's have a look.
Yeah.
Okay. He's been playing his part. The Three of Pentacles is always about a contract. So he's actually been playing his part. Yeah, and I was going to say, I was just getting as this card came up as well. I think they weren't maybe quite sure as to who exactly they were going to put in. They had options. So the Wheel of Fortune, something changed because he could very well have been a possible, very high potential. So, like I said, things are changing as well. Oh gosh, we've got two cards now. We've got the Lovers and the Star card. So this was definitely something that's been really closely looked at. They've worked out what's going to work best. And then the Star is bringing through the wisdom and knowing. So obviously it looks like he is. He was part of a potential.
A potential, but okay, so does that mean he's good?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
His contract is with the with the team, with the White Hats, because that Three of Pentacles came
Yeah.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, this is interesting. Lady Hawk's question. So, Israel's contract as an independent sovereign nation ends on the 31st. They revert back to a corporation. The lease of their land ends. Is this the reason for the war, and what will happen with this? So, last time we had our show, um, we talked about what's happening there. And Maree, can you remind me what we came up with?
I think it was there is something going on, but again, it's very strategic. And this Lady Hawk I mean, it just makes a bit of sense, doesn't it? Maybe you know how they say leaving a certain place for last. um, this could be why. That actually, could be the reason why, because they can take down the corporation. Um,
Um,
yeah.
lease of their land ends. Is this the reason? I wonder who they're leasing the land from.
Mm.
That would be interesting to find out.
It would be, wouldn't it? If anyone knows or anyone can look that up for us, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, I don't know.
because I
Actually,
think
I
what,
don't
what
know.
what came up for us was that the reason for the war was related to I don't remember. I pretty much remember we figured out the reason for the war.
Yeah, I think it was so this could happen, so that eventually it could, the military could come into play, not just there, but in other places as well. And it's also there's a cleanup going on as well, but it's more of a strategy to bring people's attention to that. I mean, look how quickly it went from one area, one part of the world, to this part of the world, you know, and the focus has come into something very different. So it's I think it's part of the plan because we've got the Temperance card as well. So
Yeah.
that to me is that emotional aspect, but the patience and the waiting for the change. So it does feel that it's sort of it just doesn't feel like it's going to go on for a long time. No, look, 10 of Cups. So
Oh,
this
wow.
is, yeah, so this is actually, it's interesting with that Temperance card because you can see this is also an emotional balance as well. So it's going to be the thing that actually brings us right out of this whole charade. Even if it takes a couple of months, whatever, that's what I feel it's for.
Yeah. So Lady Hawk was saying lease from Kensington Palace.
In the UK, I
Wow.
was wondering, I was getting London, and I was going, why am I getting London?
Wow.
So that's fascinating, isn't it? Whoa, wow, that is really fascinating.
Wow. Okay. So
Fascinating.
can the cards tell us what's going to happen once this lease is over? What's going to
Mm.
happen? What's going to be the
Is it the 31st of October or was it September, Lady Hawk? Do you know? when it actually, which month it was, because I think that makes a difference. But yeah, let's have a look and see if we can get any inkling from the cards what the story's going to be.
Yeah.
What's
What
the
is that?
story? What's the game plan?
Yeah.
Wow, how interesting. The stars come through again. And I really get that this is bringing through wisdom. This is bringing through something that's, I think it's going to be a bit of a surprise for people, how it ends. Yeah. Yes. Ace of Pentacles. It's
Wow.
very, very positive when it ends, like, and what happens. So, I think there still could be a little bit of a, oh God, you're not going to believe it. We've got this card again, and yet I've shuffled, and it was hot because, again, this is a patience game, isn't it? And it's keeping our emotions beautifully checked until we wait for the change. But it's definitely, where am I? Get that out front. This is telling me that it's definitely going to end up being for the best, the highest outcome, for everyone. I mean, yeah, and you wonder how much of it is actually going on, don't you,
Yeah.
in this time and place?
Yeah. So can we look and see if this idea or leaked information that it is leased from? I mean,
Yeah,
you already got it, obviously,
yeah,
coming to you, but
yeah.
um, yeah, is that true?
So is this statement from Lady Hawk what she's giving us? Is that true? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. That
Yeah,
this information we're being told
yeah.
is that true?
Okay, let's just. It feels like there's a truth to it, but I'll just see what the cards say. Yeah, I love it. That's our yes. We've got an Ace of Wands.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
good. Yeah, I mean, I was already trusting it just because you got it even before you saw it. So,
yeah.
um,
So there's definitely something around that, Lady Hawk. So that's a really great piece of information to bring up for us. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. About,
The timing of it all, hey?
yeah, I just would like to know why. Sorry, my cat's
Hello,
sneezing.
Indy.
Um, yeah, interesting. Really, really interesting. Any other questions about Israel before I move on to something else? Um, Let me see. Hold on. Uh,
Indy's taking over.
he is. He's trying to get me to. Okay. Well, it sounds like then that's going to be that. I mean, they had said they were going to leave that country for last.
Yeah,
So that's kind of exciting because that means we are at the end of the line. We
correct. Like we're on the
are,
home straight, you know. Um, yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds. It is. It's like we don't know how this is going to, which way it's going to finish. Mm,
yeah. Exactly.
mm.
That's amazing.
It
All
is
right.
amazing.
So of course they're saying that the EBS is going to be on the 31st. Whenever we've done cards for the EBS, we don't get that there's going to be an EBS. Um, but we can again,
Have a
that's
look.
based on that day at that time, so we can look again and
Yeah,
see if this is something that's going to happen. Of course, it can happen in some places and not others, so we'll see.
correct. Yeah, that's right. It might be staggered, or it might look. If something does come out and it comes out all at once, um, then great. But it just makes more sense that it's staggered. So what we've got again, that Six of Cups, which is bringing an emotional offering um, to people. So, and the fact that it is the Two of Wands, which is finding a balance globally. So I feel that's still something that's actually being maneuvered with.
Discussed.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
and when we have a Page of Pentacles, this is learning something new. So it's in the reality. So I would say this is why the timelines are sort of changing. They can change things as they go depending on what's happening. So
Yeah.
look, I'm not. I'm getting not. No, I don't feel there'll be that ABS on the 31st. But something could happen that's not real happy for a lot of people because that Three of Swords has come up. So there could be something that goes down, so which will be really interesting. But
Okay.
we just have to wait and see, don't we?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
wait and see. Ace of Swords. Just keep yourself balanced and just whatever happens and however it starts to show itself, just
Yeah.
stay really balanced and grounded and
Yeah.
don't let your head go too cray cray. So
Okay. All right.
yeah.
I'm not sure the cards can answer the question of why,
Oh.
but how would you reward this, Maree, for the cards?
Um,
The
was there an agenda behind it that was maybe not? Um, it was for the cabal's betterment. Maybe that's one way of putting it. Was there anything we can find out about that? I mean, because that's the
so
understanding.
why was Israel created? Right, is the question.
Mm.
Um, Maybe the cards can just give us
Mm.
an idea.
Yeah. So when we've got a Four of Pentacles, this is a foundation that's been slowly built up. So I think this was something that they'd wanted, because it was a foundation for part of their, for part of their goings on. Because we've got the High Priestess. So to me, this is mysteries. There's mysteries that have been veiled around Israel. Not the true Israel, but the yeah. So the cards are really saying for their yes, for their world, for them, for the cabal. That's
Oh,
what
for the cabal.
because I was asking that. I was going, is this for the cabal? And it's a yes. That's the reality. They created it, so it took them. They were very clever, as we know. They can be very, very smart, and it took a long time, but they actually created the perfect foundation to set it up. Maple tree is what I'm getting from the cards. So I
Yeah.
hope that helps. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, Next question: will there be artifacts that are revived or found, I guess, from the war?
Dennis, are you talking about which war? There's a few going on at the moment. I'm presuming the one we're currently talking about. Yeah.
Yes, Israel.
Okay. Okay. Let's have a look and see if anything will be revealed of significance from this. I mean, if there is something going on underneath, if they're doing stuff in the background, then yeah, anything's possible. So,
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be the biggest aspect of it, Dennis. So there might be a few little things because that Two of Swords to me is either a no or it's the question's been asked, but it's not actually there. The Four of Cups, there might be some things they find, but it's not anything that I guess they were wanting particularly, not like maybe under the Vatican,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. So it's really this is really when that Seven of Wands comes up, it tells me that this is more about finding the truth of who's who in the zoo. This is about identifying things. So I think it's more around that, Dennis.
Okay. Um, let's see. Barbara is saying it was talked about artifacts under the dome of the rock. Who artifacts are under there? They've been there supposed to be over 2,000 years.
What's the Dome of the Rock?
Dome of the rock.
Barbara, can you just give me a little bit more information about where that is? Is that in Israel? Is it in Palestine? Is it somewhere around there? Just maybe pop if you know a little bit more about it. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
not au fait with that.
Yeah. So Kibu wants to find out the Far Side remote viewing team reviewed a lot of history or myth. I had a feeling that when they remote viewing, they cannot differentiate. Um, so what? So so she's saying if when for the Far Side Institute is remote
Yeah.
viewing, if they are able to differentiate. They cannot differentiate.
between history or myth. Is that what is that? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because we've lost. I think we've lost a little bit of the question, Kibu.
Something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because at the end you've got P1 or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
So
P1. I don't know what that means.
if it's page one, because it couldn't fit on there, I don't know. But I mean, you know, yeah, that's a hard one. How do I ask that?
Well, I personally have seen them say things that are not true.
Yeah,
In the Farsight Institute, they looked
yeah.
under the Denver airport and they said there's nothing there. And I know someone for a fact who was there in person, who is from the military. So yes, there are tunnels under the Denver airport, and the
Well,
Farsight
we got that with
Institute.
the cards, I remember, because that shocked me how much came up about that place. I was going, this is crazy.
Oh, that's right. We did one on the Denver
Yeah.
airport. That's
And there
right.
was stuff definitely that came up. Oh, wow. Interesting. Hey. So, yeah, look, I feel that remote viewing, yeah, it just depends. It depends on the person as to how good they are and how accurate they can be.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
So after that, I was like, I'm not watching anything they say. But that's just
I've
me.
not watched any.
That's
Yeah,
just
no,
me.
and I've never really watched it. So yeah,
And
but
then,
that's a good question.
yeah. So if you can tell us, oh, wait, hold on. She wrote part two, between truth or myth. Like if many humans believe this myth, it becomes the truth because it is what many people believe.
Okay, I see what you're saying, Kibu. So, do you feel it's actually a strategy they're using? Is that or is that what Kibu's saying?
I don't know. I'm a little lost with the question.
um, yeah.
Can they tell the difference between truth or myth?
Okay, let's have a look and
Is
see.
is really ultimately, I
Good.
think,
Let's
what
have a look.
the question is.
We've got a 50-50. So it's whatever they get, it's not very accurate when it comes
Yeah.
to telling the difference. Or,
Yep.
like I said, you'll have a person that's really good at it. Some people that have just got a natural, they've done a lot of work and they really have put a lot of effort into it and they've got a natural ability. That's Seven of Pentacles is
Yeah.
planting seeds and seeing rewards. So I feel it's such an individual thing. Yeah, depends on the person. That strength cards come up. Depends
Yep.
on their abilities.
Yeah.
So Kibu, I feel it's hit and miss, my love.
Yeah. So it sounds like your intuition is probably guiding you in the right way.
Yes, that's right.
Because if you're asking, there's a reason.
Always, always. Yeah.
So Lady Huck is explaining Dome of the Rock, Israel, is supposed to be a site of Solomon's temple and the last temple in the journey of Muhammad. That's why it's disputed. Both claim it holy.
Okay. I thought Solomon's temple was it Cyprus? Don't know why I'm getting that. I don't know, but you're saying that it's supposedly maybe in Israel. So you want me to check to see.
Is there going to
Um,
be things in there?
well, first of all, should we ask to see if Solomon's temple is there?
Well, that's
It's a supposed
we
site.
can, but her original question was really about the artifacts.
Oh, okay. Underneath there. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. So are there artifacts that are thousands of years old? Oh, come back here. Underneath the dome. Let me just
Yeah.
see. Okay. Clear that question. Let's do it again. There could be something under there because the Knight of Pentacles has come through, and he usually is a messenger that brings through a message about a reality. So, and that one wants to come up now. Again, probably maybe not as much as what everyone's thought. It's that 50-50 card. So, there might have already been a lot of stuff moved, is the intuition I'm getting. Yeah,
Ah,
King of Yeah, King of Wands. So this is a king, a person that has a lot of power that takes action. So that's why I felt a lot of it may have already been moved. So that's what I'm feeling from these cards, Lady Hawk. So
Yeah.
I guess in time, at some stage, we will find out these things, which will be like, wow, that's really interesting.
So this is interesting. Someone I listened to recently said all the artifacts being found everywhere have been planted to be found, laughing at us the whole time. Do you feel that's true?
Anything's possible, Maree. The amount of lies we've been told, anything's possible. Let's check and see what the cards say with it. I know it's funny, isn't it? You just, yeah, look, some of it was a strategy. We've got our Seven of Swords, so some of it was right, but yeah, some of it's been a strategy. And I mean, look at how much they've tried to hide from us. All these giants' footsteps, the trees, massive trees. Yeah, Knight of Cups. So they've offered something that's going to emotionally get people hooked in. So look, yeah, it's telling me that yes, some of it definitely, Maree, has been yeah, yes. That's the Ace of Pentacles. We've got a yes. So, but not all of it. But yeah, I feel they've been planting things, and then they can start rumors and stories as well.
Ah,
I
yeah.
mean, when we do find out the whole truth, gosh, I hope I'm still kicking around on Earth when that happens. All of this sort of stuff, it'll just be like, oh wow, that was so clever. They did that. Everyone believed that one.
Yeah,
Ah,
absolutely. All right. So, Corinne, my lunchbox deep dives on many Tartarian buildings. He said the fire stories are weak and seem like AI. This is worldwide. Some fire story that AI create a lot of the stories and things in this world. So are some of the fires or all of the fires that we're seeing on the truther channels and not in
right.
the mainstream media or possibly mainstream media,
Yeah, yeah,
are they AI where it's just like a CGI kind of thing?
yeah. Or like a DEW. Those.
Well, she's saying fire stories are weak and seem like
Ah,
AI. Uh,
okay. Oh, the fires that actually took
create
down
a lot of
Tartaria.
stories.
Corinne, is that what you're asking about
So
as well?
she's asking if AI created the stories, these fire stories we're seeing around.
Gotcha.
Were they
Okay.
created by AI?
Okay. Now I'm with you. Let's have a look and see. Look, again, I would say maybe some of them, because that
Yeah,
Nine of Pentacles is a very unique card. So I'd say that with some of them, yeah, there's been a brandish of that coming through. Yeah,
yeah,
Ace of Pentacles again. Oh, yeah, look, you're all on track today, guys. This is so cool. And it's not anything I've ever thought about or heard about or whatever. So yeah, this is it's used in strategic places, yeah, because that Seven of Wands has come up again when it's trying to create an identity, when it's trying to create um take action that, yeah, makes something look how they want it to look.
yeah,
So I would have to say yes with those cards.
yeah, yeah. Um, okay, so Maple Tree, I'm not gonna ask this question, um, just because I don't want to incite um, negativity from a specific group of people
Yeah,
about their profit. So I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I'm there with you. So, but thanks for the question. But yeah, not
Yeah,
today.
yeah, no. Uh, let's see. Shar says that you're the only one in your reality. Tartarian buildings are said to be downed by fires all around
Okay,
my lunchbox. Interesting. I don't know what that is.
it must be maybe a channel of some sort. My lunchbox, yeah. It's interesting, Corinne, because with the Tartarian buildings, I mean, a lot of them actually melted, like the rocks, everything melted. So they, yeah, that's why I was wondering if it was like the DEWs, direct, bots, that did that, or if it was an electrical, energetic thing that did that. Because you can see them, some of the photos I've seen and pictures of these castles melted into rocks, like
Yeah,
incredible.
so that's kind of what happened to that city that I found in Bryce Canyon in Colorado. Um, and I was trying to think about that. Like, can the DEW melt rock? Can it?
Um, it's a really good question. Well, I'm presuming it could do, like exploded or melted, but I don't know why. But I was feeling that I'd heard somewhere that it was electric. It was more energetic. It was like this meltdown of some sort, and I can't remember why. I'd actually love to do a little bit more research onto that because
Yeah.
I haven't really
Well,
researched it.
can you ask to see what the
Yeah,
cards, or maybe Jazzy can give you more insight, because it's weird. I had it in my head. I went in to ask that, and I'm like,
yeah.
well, we can do it for another show. And all of a sudden, you're talking about it, and I'm like, okay, that's manifesting
That's
there.
yes, yes, yes. So can they? Well, I'll just tune and see if Jazzy can give me sort of an upgrade picture or anything of what it is that caused that. So or yeah, okay, let's just tune in. Oh, straight away, he's just showing me this incredible power, like this incredible white power, like so. It was something that happened quite quickly. Um, and he's saying it's not what we would call the DEW. That's what I'm asking, but he's showing me this incredibly powerful energy. So
Ah,
that's all I'm getting. So yeah, and then this card came up, the Judgment card. So I feel it was a really big shift time with whatever happened with it. So
okay. Yeah, and Kathy says saying even mountains melted.
oh, it's incredible, Kathy.
Wow.
You've probably seen some photos of it. Years ago, I just followed this guy. He only had like about 50 people following him, but man, he had some good photos of all of these places and castles and buildings and completely melted into the rock and just leaving a tiny bit at the top. Or yeah, it was just and the mountains. It was incredible. So what Jazz was showing me was just this huge energy. So something went down. That we don't know,
They
that we don't
talk
haven't
about that a
seen.
lot. They don't, that's not something that they talk about a lot. I would love to know more about that.
But they can't because that would have been part of Teteria. That would have been part of the old world. Because remember, we've come in where the stage has already been set. That's why they tried to take down so many of our beautiful old buildings that didn't come from our era. You know, they weren't built in the 17th century with horse and cart or 18th
Yeah,
century or by
yeah,
convicts in Australia. No. So they didn't want anyone to wake up to it. But once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. So they tried to hide a lot of this stuff, just like they
yeah,
try and plant things. Like we just found out today that they apparently plant a lot of stuff so that we will maintain, we'll go on that story with them.
yeah. I am
Fascinating.
sorry, Starlight Waters by Joanna Lee. You put this question up there and I completely forgot about it. So thanks for posting it again. Any news on humanitarian funds being released in November? Some are saying around Thanksgiving. Much love. So do we want to check that?
I'll check with the cards. I mean, the timelines are fluid on this. It does, and it changes just like different aspects of the movie changes. So let me just tune in and see what we can get with the cards. The magician's here. So to me, that's sometimes smoke and mirrors. It's like something appearing. It might appear. It might happen, but it doesn't always. Let's see what the follow-up card is because that'll give us some direction with it. It's Four of Swords. So it looks to me like there's still something that's hidden. Okay. So Starlight, I feel it might be still hidden from play. So, unless all the chaos happens, because I've always had the feeling that everything has to play out first. Like, that everything has to go down before it comes out.
Yeah, the
That's always been my
president has to
feeling.
be outed and yeah,
All of that. Yeah, yeah. It can't come in while the current players are in play. And we've got our high priestess card. So no, it's still a mystery. It's still hidden.
yeah.
So just stay balanced. Just,
Yeah, those are not
yeah,
positive cards, right? We're not seeing
the
the major
yeses and the
arcanas coming out.
no. So that, I mean, the high priestess was and the magician were major arcanas, but they were saying no, it's hidden. There's some smoke and mirrors around it all still. So I don't think everything might have played out by then.
Yeah.
We were getting it was going to happen a little bit earlier, and then it just no, nothing. It has to play out. Other things, events have to play out first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Good
Um,
questions.
this is a great question from Dennis. Was the Great Wall built of China built to keep the Chinese out, not to protect them? So I had seen that before, where the Great Wall of China looks away from. So it's almost like it was to keep them out and not to let them in. So
Wow,
great question. Yeah.
that's a fantastic question, and we've got a death card on that. So I would say that yeah, it is a transformation of what we've been told. So it's like a change in that rhetoric. Again, Four of Swords. So yeah, Dennis, something's definitely been hidden. Again, it's another story, isn't it? That we just accept it because that's how it is.
Yeah.
So I feel that there definitely could be something else here to this. Yeah, Six of Cups. This is always emotionally making someone feel better and balanced and whatever. So that could be exactly why
Yeah.
why they did it. Yeah. So good question. And yes, I think there's definitely more to that.
Yeah. And these are the type of questions that I'm looking for going
Yep.
forward. More of the what's out there and not the news stuff. Like, I don't
No,
care about the news and the movie, but more about this stuff, right? The stuff that's out there that we're like, well, we're told this, but what is it really?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think we have to question everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Very good. Um, So Barbara was saying, I have heard that the top tiers are having appointments now. Um, so I have some insight on that, Barbara. And so it's the people that have contracts that are signed and they're not humanitarian projects. So the ones that the tiers that are having appointments now are people that have contracts with lawyers or that are selling, German bonds or yellow dragon bonds that's right now what's getting paid out. It's not the humanitarian part. It's more of the private contract type of stuff that's getting paid right now.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So they have to go first, is
Yeah.
my understanding.
And I mean, there has to be a safe system for it to go into, doesn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
this
the
is
reason too is because these guys are getting paid with fiat money, not quantum money. So they have fiat money out there. It's
yeah,
a quantum money that even if they give it to you, who's taking it,
yeah,
right?
no,
Like, they can give it to you, but you can't buy anything with it because nobody's selling you anything with it. So,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it would be a bit too chaotic at the moment. No, I think there has to be a whole new setup.
yep.
So yeah,
Yeah. And I also heard that they were paying them like pennies, like basically like $200,000 for someone that's going to get $1 trillion, for example, because I think they're just trying to keep these people from like taking their deal out of the picture and saying, forget it. I'm not doing it.
Right. Right.
So yeah,
Yeah, because a lot of people would be really restless. It's been a long time, hasn't it? It's been a
yeah,
long journey.
yeah.
Yes.
That
That
very
not
long journey.
that Knight of Wands came up, and that's like, yeah, it's been a really long journey. Whew, yeah, a lot of pitfalls, a lot of whatever, but yeah, I think down the track, like once this new system's in place and everything's changed, that's when I think we'll see something, Barbara.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So, going back to the big wall of China, Maple Tree is asking if it was built to keep away giants.
Yeah, well, it's pretty big, isn't it? So, hmm. We've got our Six of Pentacles. So I think that's maybe a story or something that's been offered up as a potential. So let's just see. Nine of Cups. This is wishes and desires being fulfilled. So there could be some truth in that, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, again, this is fighting to keep someone's sense of self or a community sense of self with action. So yeah, I'm going to go with a very high potential with that one.
interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
gosh, I mean,
very
it's so interesting, isn't it? What's been hidden from us, and yeah,
yeah,
fascinates me.
yeah. So, oh wait, hold on. I think we had a question before that one. Are the Galactics going to make themselves known to the public soon?
Okay, so and I feel, look, some people have maybe connected with ETs. Or beings from other realms or whatever in already. I feel there has been that going on. So,
Yeah,
but to the public as a whole, let's have a look and see.
yeah,
Let's and real ones, not their pretend ones through Bluebeam. Uh, got the Hierophant. Now, to me, this is again someone that's very in charge, controlling a lot of things. The energy coming through me is incredible. I don't feel it's the right time. Oh my God, this is just pouring in through my. Whew, no, the Fool's come up. This to me says only when we've gone through into like this new life, this new way of being, everything's set up. That's what I'm getting. So I don't know what everyone else is getting. So don't worry about it. Nine of Swords has come up. You don't have to lose sleep over it. It's going to just happen in perfect timing, and yeah, it won't be until everything's some of the chaos has settled down, Starlight. It would be too much for people to cope with emotionally, I think, when you're just
yeah.
finding
Right
out.
now, they're already getting bombarded with fires
Oh,
and earthquakes and all kinds of crazy shootings. And yeah,
exactly. No, I feel it's going to be once this new way of being for our Earth is come through. That's when they might start to think about it. Yeah. So it's definitely a plan, but it'll be done in a way that keeps balance and keeps everyone alive and happy.
yeah,
So yeah, no,
yeah,
that would just be like throwing kerosene onto a fire.
yeah, for sure,
Mm.
for sure. All right, our last question for today was the hurricane in Acapulco manipulated some damage like Maui, but with water.
Wow. Okay. So there's obviously been hurricanes going on there. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, Lady Hawk. See what the cards say. All right. Oh, Queen of Pentacles. I think there may have been, because this is actually someone that's contemplating their reality. Um, so there could have been a bit of extra help. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. A little bit of extra help given, because they obviously wanted something done or they needed to do something. Yeah, Seven of Cups. This is emotional chaos, so it's obviously caused quite a lot of chaos in that area. But yeah, there was a little bit of help with it. Hmm. Ace of Swords, definitely some help with that. It was a plan. I mean, you know, I don't know whether it's hurricane season, but if it is, it was helped along.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Didn't think that these guys had any power to do anything.
But it might also be. Don't forget, it doesn't necessarily. It can be part of trying to get something done, so they
Yeah,
can just
some cleanup
yeah
or whatever. Yeah.
yeah. We are in we are in a WA thingy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
yeah. So,
All right. Well, everybody, again, keep your vibrations high, shine your light. You're here for this purpose. You're here for this now. And we love you so, so much. And we'll probably see you in, I don't know, if we're going to do Mondays or Thursdays, Maree. So we'll have to decide. But,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds
all
fine.
right.
But I'll be back on the Sunday night, so I'll do the my Monday morning. So if people want to jump on there, and thanks to everyone that's sending in your beautiful dreams. I love
Yes,
it. It's
absolutely.
great. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yes. All right, guys, we love you so much. I also, on the bottom of the description of this um, webcast, I also put all the channels, all my Telegram channels, and TikTok and Instagram, and also for Maree, I put your YouTube channel. So I added some stuff to the description. So don't miss out on joining us on Telegram as well. All right,
fabulous.
love you guys. Thank you, Jazzy.
Lots of love.
Bye bye.